I've been working out a ton ever since my tattoo was finished because I couldn't go to the gym. But also, wedding is in like a month, so I've been like
I need
killing
to
it
get
at the
back.
gym lately, and I'm just so fucking
I've
sore.
been like, it's been 6 days since I worked out. I feel bad. I was steady for like a good 3 weeks, and now,
It's so hard to like, but once you, it's hard to stay consistent. Let
yeah,
me finish that thought. It's hard to stay consistent, but once you like break
yeah,
that wall where you're always on top of it, it's hard
yeah.
to
I
stop.
think this
But
move too. It's making it. We're kind of doing a lot with this move, so I'm trying to fit in time to like work out too. So I think once I do move, I think I'll be able to be a lot more consistent. But yeah, I feel like a slob.
what about you,
Oh,
Gannon?
he's fucking gym maniac.
Not as
Yeah.
much.
He doesn't even have to work out. He does chores.
I just pick up horses. That's what I do.
He's picking up farm muscle.
Yeah.
He had gym muscle, and I was picking up farm muscle. He's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, never quit, never back down, always grinding, never stop, live, laugh, gym. Um,
Always eat the flesh of the newborn. That's a secret.
hmm Adrenochrome is what they say.
What?
Well,
are you a draconian?
yeah, only by birth though.
You're related to Drake?
I was gonna ask you again. What's next in your
On Elden Ring?
adventure?
Oh.
Yeah, now that you've conquered
Um,
the beast.
Honestly, I'm just kind of floating now. If someone needs help with something, because now I'm not a tank boy. I finally got my scythe that I wanted. That's the only reason I fought Radon. That's legit the only reason I fought Radon is because I wanted an Onyx
Mhm.
scythe. I wasn't trying to fight him to complete anything. It was strictly so I could get this weapon and start my official build.
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah,
my next boss is, I think, Malekith.
Yeah,
So
and you're pretty much already
tag along for that.
Good
opened
luck.
his door too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I could do it, just me and my mimic tier. Because I dog walked Malenia last night. I'm going to talk so much shit because I beat her. I don't care how many times I died to her. I'm going to talk shit because you're dead, and I'm still alive. You bitch.
if I will give you credit because I never did beat Malenia. I
What?
never even like fought her in my first playthrough.
Uh-huh.
No. I got to the Halig tree. I was going to, but it was just because I was stuck at Radagon, and I was just like, all right, let me just go explore and like run around while I like keep trying to
Mhm.
beat him. I got to the Halig tree. I got to that one night lady
Loretta.
that stops Loretta. Yeah, I got to her, and then after that, I just didn't
I
go
think
any
we dog
further.
walked her
'Cause
in one
I beat
Yeah.
in one try
Radagon.
again. Yeah, we took her fucking cheeks, clapped them up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
3-on-1.
big old,
She didn't stand a
big
chance.
old rip, big old rip.
She wants to run around on her fucking horse.
We'll cut the legs
You
of the
died.
horse off.
Boom. Chop chop.
Oh, Loretta. Yeah, me and my mimic made light
Dude,
work of her.
honestly, I didn't realize how much I was raw dogging Elden Ring until like Trey helped me get to the Mimic tier, and then you guys helped me get to like Great Rune, and just all the other shit.
Yeah, honestly, with this being my second playthrough, I like playing it again, like in a different build. Like I was like a faith strength build last time, strength, or it was kind of bleed, I guess too. But so I didn't really pay attention to like sorceries and other shit. This next one, I decided to play as like a mage, like a battle mage, and I had none of the sorceries that like most people have. So I was like having to backtrack and do a bunch of extra shit that I wasn't expecting to do. But then honestly, doing that like made the world open up even more. Even though I had already been to pretty much every location, I never like went in depth with each location and like explored those, which was cool.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to understand the build I'm doing. I think I'm pretty dedicated to like doing faith and dexterity. My faith is 41 right now because I respect, and I only did it to use that one that big fireball spell. Doesn't even really
Flame take thee.
do as much as I thought. The flame of the fell god.
Flame of the Fogon. It's like a slower version of like Rennie or Renala's moon. That's why I don't like. But if they're up on you and you can have like Radagon's icon on, so you get that spell off quicker. The AOE is like really what it is.
Yeah.
But if not, if it's a distance, it's not going to be like Rennie's moon where it flies right to him.
Yeah, I thought
Like
it was
hovers.
I thought it was gonna keep going until it hit its target. No, it's just like I'm gonna go 7 feet
Yeah.
and then explode.
And it's like so.
No, it's
it's,
good for like a slower boss.
it's like I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Don't move
Eventually.
now. I'm gonna get you.
oh, I'm gonna blow.
But if it hits you, it
They'll
hits
know
you.
it.
Yeah, I think it's good for not like a Malenia type boss, but like a slower moving boss. I think getting like as they're coming close, just to drop that on them. I think it's like a good first hit, especially if you use fucking the flame one, the buff. Fucking what's it called?
Oh, flame,
Yeah,
grant
yeah,
me strength or whatever.
buff your fire up a bit. Yeah, I'm locked in with the Dex Faith, and I have a shit ton of incantations too, so I don't have many sorceries.
Yeah, I think my next playthrough I'm gonna rock faith, and I don't know. I wanna use the Godslayer sword, great sword, because I never used that.
I
wanna use some black flame. I wanna use Mesmir's flame incantations.
Did
It
you
just
get
looks
did you
hard.
get his
know.
incantation instead of the spear?
I don't think I gotten anything yet. I have his remembrance, obviously, but I haven't decided what I wanted to get yet.
I don't. I've been using black flames, or trying to. I just don't feel like they've been doing much. I don't know.
Do you upgrade your what is it called, the thing to use the incantations?
Finger seal. Mine's
Finger
at plus
seals?
24.
Do you have the
Are you using the Godslayer one?
I didn't get the Godslayer one. I just have the fucking normal ass
I
one.
dig it.
Yeah, I think that's the
It
weakest
is.
one out of them all. But yeah,
I have that
if you-
and like the Beast Claw one.
If you're doing like pure faith, I would go Erdtree too. That one's got amazing faith
Yeah.
scaling. I use Dragon
See,
Communion
that's
too.
the thing.
That's why-
The finger seal, the regular one, does have has an S in scaling for faith, but it is also like doesn't really scale that much for incantations.
What does it say
I
underneath
gotta
of
just
it?
look up how to get.
Like,
I gotta
does it
look up how to
boost?
get it.
the fingers,
does it-
the finger one, it doesn't boost anything.
It's just like
But if you want to use Black Flame, get the Godslayer one. But Gannon was saying, the Erdtree one is like
I'm gonna
the
get
best for
both and just
everything.
fucking dual wield, just walking around. Fucking Doctor Strange that bitch.
My next build, I'm gonna use that material or the maternal
Thing is sweet.
staff. It uses
That thing
both
is so
sorceries
cool.
and
And then you have
incantations.
like boost stats in your offhand, boosting it too on top of it. Bro, that thing is so OP.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Something Original podcast. My name is Adrian, and here in our lovely virtual studio, I'm joined with our other host.
Sangria.
Yeah. And Merlot.
But welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys brought your sangria and your Merlot, sorry, and Tom Brady's right nut. If you have his left nut, though,
Not invited. Only the right nut. Who
not
would put
invited.
their name as that while we're recording? I wonder.
Yeah.
He's probably a huge football fan.
Can you
Let's not get him started.
Are you a big Tom Brady fan? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. You get 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds, Adrian. We'll give it to you since we brought it up.
You want me to give you an intro? I'll give you an intro.
I don't need 30 seconds.
Hold on.
Sports Corner with Adrian.
All I'll say is I respect
Go.
Tom Brady a lot. He's the GOAT. Tom Brady's right nut. It's funny. That's it. We're good.
Yeah. You could have utilized a lot more
And that was-
time.
You always
but-
put me on the spot with that. I'm never
Sports
playing
Corner
for it,
with
so I'm just
Adrian.
like,
Sorry.
can't really think of anything on the fly.
Come prepared. Come prepared every episode for 30 seconds worth of content. How hard can that be?
Hard.
Sports. Sorry.
It is hard, especially doing this every week. It's hard to, not a lot. Honestly, not a lot of stuff happens in the world
No.
Well, at least
for a leisure podcast like us.
At least for non-prying eyes.
Let's jump. You guys are being fucking lame. Let's just jump into this. I had a topic.
It was a lull.
I know Gannon will
Dead
find
air.
this interesting. Because I've just been thinking about this really the past week.
You know what, Adrian? I'll probably think it's interesting.
I know you
just
find it
me,
interesting.
just me.
Whatever.
You read it earlier, and you were like, I know you find it interesting.
Just me
I
finding
need to
it
speak for
finding it
you.
interesting.
No,
just
it's
me.
fine. No, it's
Only
fine.
me.
It's fine.
Okay,
It's-
Chase, you would also find this
No,
interesting.
just me.
But digging just kind of with music, not talking about any rap beefs or any of that. Just talking just musically, there's just a huge decline of good new music. If you've seen the recent XXL freestyle, it's just been a joke for 5-6 years now, but it's just so bad.
Yeah, the last good one, honestly.
They had a dude.
Oh, sorry.
What were you saying again?
2018.
Last one?
Was that the one with Ski and Jid?
Probably 2018, 2019.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
That was the last good one.
Since those, it's just been this recent one. I'm not saying these people they're the worst, but this dude was freestyling in auto-tune.
Yeah, I saw that.
None of these people are really musically talented anymore. Take the auto-tune off and they sound horrible.
But,
You can't perform live or anything. You have to always do auto that. That's just so.
yeah, and it's always the freestyles now are just so bad.
So bad.
Yeah, I get money and it's not even funny. Rat, bat, cat, sat, tat, mat.
Bunny.
Yeah, shake that ass and I'm looking good doing it.
What?
They want to see me now and they straight up recruiting. Oh.
Hold on.
It's just,
Keep it
but
going.
also combining this decline of good music with dying out of older good music, because I've been talking about this with Sarah the past couple of days. In 11 days, Childish Gambino's last album is coming out, and then he's retiring from music, and it's just we don't really have any much good old music, or these people who were good back in the day that we used to listen to a lot of that are really putting out anything anymore. It's just kind of
R.I.P. Mac Miller.
we're just kind of at a stale, a plateau of just what is getting put out musically.
I have a theory on this, actually. It's not really a theory. I think it's just kind of a tale of the times. But we're in the final throes of some late stage capitalism. And what do we typically see? We just see trends and genres and industries just really try and get desperate to keep things new and fresh when the industry is just at this point dead. And so there's just no incentive for actual musicians to put out good stuff. It's only a matter of how much money can this make me? Is this going to be able to get on the radio? Is this able to get on TikTok now, I guess, is probably the new thing. How viral can I make this sound? So like people aren't even putting out like projects anymore. People are just putting out singles and hoping it'll click, and then that will lead to continued success.
You know what I think it is also? Because you're completely, I think you're completely right about that. Because we see a lot about all these big, like, record labels and stuff, just how much they suck. And how many more artists want to go independent or they want to start their own label. But also, there's just also a lot of, like, artists that are trying to copy instead of evolve. Like they're like, I'm not saying all new music is bad. Like there is new music that I do like, and there are artists who are evolving rap and music, and they're good. But like a lot of these people, like these people who overuse autotune, like they see that T-Pain was like the big proponent, the big first user of autotune, but nobody takes that thought to realize that he's talked about it, and he's spoken multiple times about how he had to purposely sing bad to make it work.
He can sing too.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone has heard T-Pain sing by now. Like, if you haven't heard T-Pain sing by now, you're probably living under a rock. He can sing.
Bro can sing
so well.
Good.
But he made autotune work for him, and he purposely had to sing bad. I don't think these people realize that, like, if you sing bad and use autotune, yeah, it's going to sound good, but now you're stuck in this lane of you have to use autotune. You can never perform live. You can never do any of these, like, genius live performances that they do on, like, YouTube and stuff, where they, like, have them come into the studio and, like, do their song live, just, like, in a nicely furnished studio, like the Color live shows or whatever. Like, you can't do that without autotune. You're stuck in this lane of autotune, and that's played out.
It's so
T-Pain really doesn't use autotune anymore.
And it just dilutes like all the music you're putting out. It makes albums sound like, instead of a story, that it's just a constant run-on sentence. You know, that's what I think I miss the most. Is like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love like listen to some Lucky and like Yeet. I like Yeet. I don't even care. But at the end of the day, though, you know, when I'm going for like more substance from music, I don't go to those artists. That's usually if I'm like working out, or if I'm like at the shop and cutting hair and I'm like just kind of zoned out, you know, and I just want to kind of bob my head a bit. But I think that's why they killed Mac Miller. That's my theory. I think that's why they killed a lot of artists, is because they saw the potentiality of them going beyond what is coming out. Like, they could kind of foresee the future, and they're like, if they're all these outliers start really showing more light to themselves and putting these older artists that don't really keep up with the times more in the dark, I think that's why they got rid of these kind of guys. Like, you know, Juice WRLD could rap for an hour. You know, you have all these artists that were, it just seemed like they all kind of died within like 2 years. And then now it's like, you got like, I don't even know, you know, all these little whatevers. And I know like that's from a J. Cole song, but it's like all these, you know, artists that come up, they make like one banger for a TikTok, and it's like, okay, that's it.
I was gonna say, I would believe you, but they let Lil Baby live. So, Lil Baby's Lil Baby.
I mean, Kendrick's
But they
still
also
running
all
around
go
too,
to that
you
white
know?
party. We're not going to get into that.
That's,
You know what do you know what I'm talking about, Adrian?
I tried to see deeper into it, but then I just realized, whether it's deep or not deep, fucking rich people are weird. Like, who wants to go to a
Also,
party in all
no
white?
one's house is that big to hold all those people.
So it's just a
Where are
spectrum,
they?
Or
bro.
it is Michael Rubin. I don't know if you know who Michael Rubin is.
No, I saw his house. There's no way that
Yes.
house is that big. There's no way the size of that house can fit the amount of people that
You'll
were
be
in there.
surprised how big these rich people's houses are.
Or the
No,
underground
I saw
dungeons.
the house. I saw the outside of the house. Could be it, but Yeah, so we all got invited.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just we thought it was a little too preppy for us, a little too like we don't really fuck with that crowd. We're just
Wasn't
trying to
Diddy
just
there
like
last
vibe
year?
with our people, which is
Okay.
yeah.
Enough said.
Just not even
Drake was there this year, even with all the
not even
allegations.
looking deeper. Who the fuck wants to go to a party dressed in? The only time I can think where you have to purposely go to a party dressed in all white is for the sole purpose of that white to get dirty. Example, me and Gan went to a show in 2017, Life in Color, where they shot paint at
That
us.
was so sweet.
A lot of people were in all white. Why? Because we're all getting shot with paint on all white, and it looked cool for the most part. Leaving
Ruined my
Like my
jorts.
shoes. I kept those shoes for a while.
Jorts destroyed. Worth it? Absolutely.
I had paint because I had like a tank top, so I had paint like all on my arms. When I took my shirt off, it was just no paint. It was just like covered in paint, tank top line.
Extremely hard to get an Uber after that. You get it?
Yeah.
That shit was hard to wash off too.
Dude, we went.
got it.
Remember, you had like the what was it? Like you were the room above me or something. We were like at the same hotel.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. I don't want to get off topic from what we're talking about, but I was thinking about it the other day. I tried to look it up. I don't think that place even exists anymore. I think it
Did
just might
any
have
of it?
changed.
Wasn't it like something dolphin? Wasn't it like the
The Dolphin Motel,
Yeah,
something
dude.
like that. I looked it up. It just
super
there's
cheap,
no-
but super. It was actually a pretty nice place. Like if you're just gonna, let your head down
Eh.
for a bit.
yeah. Looking back, it was good for like just staying there, going to the thing, staying there for sleep, waking up, leaving.
I remember I had a pack of Marlboro Reds on me. It was one of the most defined times where we're like getting destroyed with paint, and people were like just pulling out smoking. And then I like pulled one out and I was smoking. This dude came up and his eyes were rolling in the back of his head. He's like, "Bro, can I get one of those?" He was clearly rolling bad, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, sure." He's like, "Dude, you're like Jesus right now, bro." I'm like, "No, dude, just Gannon."
Yeah.
But here's a cigarette.
Because now I go to a lot of raves, and like I go to like Nova. It's like a club that has like rave DJs and stuff, and like Bloom. It's another one like that. People just don't care. They'll just straight up be pulling out like cigarettes, joints, blunts, whatever.
Last time I checked, it is America.
No. Last time I checked.
It was crazy. You don't know how many of those fucking bubble things I saw at EDC just like on the floor somewhere.
Bubble things.
That like people smoke out of, not weed.
Crack.
Crack.
Yeah, those pipes.
Speaking of America, I did want to say something real quick. You know how the 4th of July last week, I saw a news clip of like Los Angeles County, whatever. Like they were showing how there were just a bunch of illegal
They try to
fireworks
ban
going
fireworks.
off. It was literally all across the
That's what I love.
entire city, and I was like, that is the most
That is-
goddamn American thing in the world. That like right or left, we all can agree fireworks are fucking dope, and no one can take those away from us. Illegal fireworks, my ass. That's an American way of
You buy a bunch of
looking at
tannerite,
it,
shoot it, blows up, America.
Fireworks are cool. Fireworks are cool. I will say, less fireworks in places we probably don't need fireworks. Like, not to bring up raves again.
My fucking apartment complex, actually. These motherfucking kids are lighting goddamn fireworks in the parking lot of my apartment complex.
Wow.
No,
You sound like
That's the best
not
thing to
okay.
do.
You kind of sound like a commie right
That's
now.
what you should do. That's the American thing. But like at like EDC and stuff, they cut down on their like a lot of their fireworks shows, and they do a lot more like drone shows, which are cool. But like 4th of July, there's got to be fireworks everywhere. I don't care.
Fuck the robots.
You better be able to see all the fireworks from space.
I want to see no robots.
give me some goddamn gunpowder. I want to feel like I am in the American
Yeah, let me load a
Revolution.
fucking firework like a musket.
At a reasonable time frame. If any fireworks are going off the day after 4th of July, I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they were doing them on Sunday out here.
They kept going.
Yeah, they were doing them
They
fucking
kept going
yesterday.
until I think they were. Yeah, I think they were. I heard some last night. I don't know. Charlie got spooked by some loud noise.
Yeah. That's another thing, too. Like, pets, like, I get it. America, 4th of July,
Yeah.
do it. July 5th,
I'll
though,
handle it.
let's
I'll
be
handle it the
respectful.
4th. You know, I'll deal with my dog being scared. Let her cuddle up, whatever. Sit inside. Come July 5th. By July 5th, mid-afternoon, I better not see no goddamn motherfucking fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Yeah.
done.
It's like the purge. Like, July 4th is the day where you can
Just
be
let out
an
your
American.
fucking
And-
raw. I still got fucking American
Yeah.
flag Vans.
The Egyptian sun god?
Is that a Smite reference?
Dude, you play Smite, dude?
You play Smite.
You don't even know Smite. This is a perfect segue.
Actually-
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean, perfect segue into gaming, but I've
I
never
was
met
saying
anyone
Demon Slayer. I'm just gonna totally go off
Oh.
the rails.
like what I was saying. I've like met people who like are gamers who play a lot of video games. I don't meet anybody who like plays Smite. Like I'll bring it up, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's Smite?" And it's just like,
Because it came out in like 2014, you know? It's like an old game. It's like just the cult
Where is this
following
demographic
is
of Elden
there.
Ring players, though? I like be talking to kids at the barber shop, you know, coming through, getting their hair cut, and or even like, you know, guys my age, they're like, yeah, I play games. And I'm like, play Elden Ring. Then they're like,
I
what's that? I play Call of Duty. You're not, get out. Get out of my chair, actually. This half haircut right now, where, no, get out. You can go.
Yeah.
smack him in the back of the head. Get the fuck out.
So,
Get the fuck
yeah,
out.
seriously.
Mhm.
The fuck?
Fuck out of my
Like
chair.
a cut teeth.
But yeah, Demon Slayer.
Oh, I thought you had more stuff to say. I was
Oh no,
waiting
I was just saying.
to go.
Because we're just talking about games real quick. Yeah, I don't mean anyone who plays Smite.
Yeah.
It's weird. People should play it more.
I'm still hot and heavy.
Oh
into
yeah,
Elden
I'm
Ring.
deep.
I beat Primer
deep.
Dawn. I'm gonna keep bringing it up because
Have
I
you-
did it. And
Commander Gaius can suck my fucking penis. If
behind
we're
him
being
is
for real, though.
5 scatter tree fragments, though.
I know, that's why I want to beat him. I think that's all the Scatter Trees fragments I have left. Like, isn't the max like
Mm-hmm. I
15?
think
right?
Trade was looking one day. He was trying to get his max for Primer Dawn, and it was like 30. I think
Oh, really? I thought you could only max it out to.
I have like 17. I think.
No, there's a.
If you
there's
maxed
a
out at
website-
Commander Gaius, you still have like the whole upper part of the map.
Yeah, I've.
There's
ran
a
through that.
website I use. It's actually mapgenie.io. They have the entire Elden Ring map with every like. I just loaded it up. You kind of see. That's just
Okay, consolidate
Everything.
it down to just scattered tree fragments for me, real quick. Because that.
Yeah. I just go on eldenwiki.com and just type in scattered tree
It's-
fragments
it's-
and you just like hit
I
the.
think sometimes they have like links for it, but yeah, they have a thing you can hide every icon, hide all, show all, and you could select which ones you want to look at. Items, key items.
Have you started?
There's 42,
the
by the way.
DLC yet?
42.
Scatter tree fragment.
42.
Because I remember Trey was trying to find all of them one day. And why do they seem
Got
like
'em all
they're
right
all
there.
pretty much on like the coast of it? Or like. Am I tripping? Or is that like the whole map?
Like in the middle.
It's the whole map.
Oh, man. The icons are just huge compared to the map. That's
none
what
in
was tripping
the
me out. I'm like,
forest.
what?
Yeah, when you zoom in, they
Yeah.
get more like they get more specific when you zoom
more
in.
Pacific, yeah.
But yeah. And
More of
like
an
if you
Atlantic
just
guy.
like if you just like sign up with your email and make an account, like when you click on them, there's a little box at the bottom of that box. You can click found, so you can like keep track of the ones you have found and where you need to go.
Oh, that's nice. That would have been nice for fucking Dragon's Dogma when I was trying to find that goddamn Seekers token. Still haven't gone back to fucking Dragon's Dogma because of that
I'm
bullshit.
never going back. But yeah, that's what I've been using playing Elden Ring.
Honestly.
Finding everything, learning where things are.
The combat was sweet in
It's been very
Dragon's Dogma,
helpful.
but then after playing the DLC, you're like, it could be so much better. I feel like a straight up anime character.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the Helldivers devs were like, a game for everybody is a game for nobody? And they were talking about Elden Ring.
That's hilarious considering they were trying to force everybody. At first, they had it so that, and I know it's like easy to make a Sony account, but at first it was fully open for PC and PS5 gamers, or PS4, PS5. It's just new gen, right?
Sony.
Yeah.
It might be PlayStation 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And it's funny that
PlayStation
they
Network.
talk about a game for everybody when legit they want to close their game off for just Sony accounts. Like you're going to lose everybody.
Yeah.
Especially when
Yeah.
they're already like 5 months into your game, and then you're like, oh, now we're gonna apply this. You're gonna lose. You're gonna have people playing on PlayStation that are like, nah, I'm good. This is stupid. This is so extra.
Yeah, which is ironic too, because he's not wrong in that statement. Like, truly, a game for everybody is a game for nobody. It's not catering. I mean, yeah, Elden Ring kind of like caters to like the Souls people, but really, it has been for everybody, and everybody's been playing it. It had such good marketing, and then social media just took over marketing from there, and it's just insane the reaction it's had. It truly is a game.
I just think like Elden Ring has so much versatility that you can do anything. It's just hard, which is not a game for everybody because there are people that just can't play
but
hard
last night,
games.
I had that moment I think all players need to have. That moment of satisfaction when like the adrenaline starts to go away. Like the adrenaline goes down and like the realization and satisfaction goes up. It's just like, I just did that on my own. Like I hadn't beat a boss on my own. Like I beat the ancestral spirit. That's the easiest thing. I won't count that.
He's real hard, guys.
But the first like actual boss I beat on my own was Malenia last night. Only in 4 tries. 3 if you don't count joking around with the Envoy's Longhorn bubble shit. But like that satisfaction I had last night, like I was shaking. That I was like, this shit's real.
Yeah, I defeated Primadon on my own.
But yeah,
I beat Mesmer on my own.
Same.
like I was saying though, it's ironic that he said that it's true, but then Helldivers can't do the thing that they said, because truly Helldivers, if it was available everywhere, it would truly live up to that standard of a game for everybody.
Yeah, it's a game for
it's
everybody.
not a game because it's a game for nobody. Because Helldivers doesn't really cater to
anybody now.
Yeah, like I mean now it doesn't, but when it came out, like it really
Like, how does that make sense?
didn't cater to anybody.
To have
it was just a fun game.
such a sci-fi-esque Halo type beat when you know predominantly it's always been on. I think it's still Halo is on Xbox. Same with Doomslayer. You have all these sci-fi big names, and you're not going to open it up. You just cut off because I feel like PlayStation. You're playing those. You get those exclusives, and I admit those are cool. Spider-Man's okay, whatever. And then you get like Ghost of Tsushima, and all these cool games. No one's out here like, oh, I'm absolutely dying to do sci-fi. That's the Xbox. That's what we do. That's what we do.
I know we've harped on it before, but I don't think these like execs have truly realized that this idea of exclusives isn't doing what they thought they would. It's not. It maybe financially it might give them a little bit more, but in the grand scheme and scope of everything, it's not doing what they think it is, and they still proceed on as if it's doing what they think it is. The more you push people away saying no, this is ours, you have to pay to join us, the less people are going to join.
And a lot of sorry.
I think.
Well,
No,
and
sorry,
a lot of
go
the
ahead.
PlayStation exclusive games are more story driven. A lot of times nowadays, when I get on the Xbox, it's nice to be playing with the homies. You know what I mean? I want to have my friends included. If we're all like separately playing a game, it's like, oh, did you get to this part? Oh, not yet, dude, but I'll eventually see it sometime. You know? So it's like...
I'm actually stuck. I can't get past this. It would be great if I had help.
I don't know. Who's ever running PlayStation, honestly, is idiotic. I've been Xbox since day one, and I'll stand on that.
Yeah.
I'm
I actually...
honestly, it's pissing me
You
off.
want to talk about piss? I actually, just yesterday, just realized I never canceled my PlayStation Plus subscription.
Bro,
That's fucking
that's diabolical.
skill issue.
I had been paying $19 a month for the past, since March of 2022 when I switched to Xbox. And I didn't even realize it.
You know, you need to get...
Rough.
Now is when we talk about this ad, Rocket Money. All right. You have subscriptions that...
Perfect. It would be fucking perfect.
No, we're not sponsored. We're not sponsored.
Rocket Money. We're not sponsored, but if you want, we're here.
That would been like the perfect... Speaking of subscriptions you don't remember,
so perfect.
Rocket Money.
Oh, I heard Adrian actually used Rocket
Adrian,
Money.
what do you have to
find
say about
that
this?
subscription that he was paying for?
Oh, no, I checked my bank's app because I'm a responsible adult.
2 years. 2 years. 2 years
Not
too
for
late.
2 years.
2 years too late. That's cool.
Not for 2 years.
But you know,
But
Okay, how much
whatever.
money is that?
I think you can actually request refunds for that. I think there was a law that passed that if you have like unknown subscriptions that you were paying for, you can petition that and
it's probably floating
get it
around
canceled.
500, 600
can,
bucks
like,
in the
back
past
pay.
2 years. Jeez.
And that also brings up our next ad, JR Lawyers. Have you ever been in a serious amount of trouble and you need help? Call JR Lawyers.
Call JG Wentworth.
Okay, I was
It's
looking for an
a
actual name. I
introduction.
totally made up that lawyer. I'm actually Saul Goodman. Saul Goodman?
Saul?
Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Breaking Bad?
Neither have I, but
Breaking
Breaking
Bad?
Bad.
I mean, he's in that quite a bit.
Very good.
Never seen it.
He is in that quite a bit, but I've heard some people say Better Call Saul is a better show.
Who? Not to make an owl right now, but who? What? No.
Boo.
I do like the actor.
Adrian, you haven't even watched
Better Call
Breaking
Saul.
How much
It
we
is-
watch my nuts going
It
around?
is pretty good, but better. I am better.
Sex is just a
Sounded
spectrum,
like-
bro.
Baku Deku's line.
Oh,
I
Kanchan.
can't believe it. Oh, speaking of anime, Demon Slayer.
No, no, segue. The segue. Have you guys seen the newest season of Demon
No,
Slayer?
I started it.
can't. I gotta wait for the dubs because Sarah.
Well, I was actually in the same boat as you, Adrian, because I just knew this season was shorter. But I have a huge bone to pick with Crunchyroll,
Boner.
actually, because you go on Crunchyroll, and they should have like 5 episodes worth of dub ready. They only have the dub available for France.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I saw the first episode English dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Dude,
Well, yeah,
Kaiju
that's
number
how-
8 was like 3 weeks of me waiting for the next episode of English dub.
Well, that's how some
one?
animes are.
Kaiju number
'cause,
8. Kaiju number 8.
that one anime me and Sarah watch, MASH, Lay Magic and Muscles. That one, it's the same thing with like Demon Slayer. Like almost all of the subbed episodes will come out, and then it'll be like slowly like French, German, Spanish, and then English.
Well, The thing I don't, because Chainsaw Man was super quick.
My
I
Hero's
looked it
pretty
up because
quick
I was
too,
actually kind of pissed.
Also, they're only like a week
Yeah.
behind, or an episode or two behind, with the dubs.
Yeah, I was like really pissed because we were about to start it. I was like about to be like, okay, like every episode's out. I got fucking spoiled on TikTok of the last episode, and I was like, even though I knew what was gonna happen, but it just looked fucking cool in the little teaser I saw, so I was pissed. So I was like, we gotta watch it now. Went to go watch or see if all the dub was out or see where it's at, and only the first episode had the fucking dub. So I looked it up, and then it's because Crunchyroll does their dub separate than all the other platforms. And since Crunchyroll is like the mainstream, like the only American,
Yeah, they bought Funimation and absorbed them.
anime streaming service now, they do all the dubs. And they're taking so fucking long to do
Which,
it.
I mean, I understand, because when you absorb Funimation and Viz and all of that, like you are now in charge of like a shit ton of animes and their dubs now. But also they should have expected and planned for that. So, I mean, and the thing is, it's not like it's a big problem with other animes, because, like I said, My Hero is only, the dub for almost all other languages is only like an episode or two behind. But like Demon Slayer, slow. Mashley, slow.
How are we letting the fucking French beat us?
It's weird how it travels. It travels like this way. It's like the sub, and it'll like come out this way, the German, then the French, and Spanish, and then English.
No, that's stupid. We conquered the world. We get the
America.
fucking, we're best friends with Japan.
Are we?
Why aren't we
Wait,
getting
we're
it?
best friends with Japan?
Are we?
Now we are. Yeah. They say our allyship is one of the strongest in like
Yeah,
the
it
entire
just
world.
sounds like an abusive relationship.
Yeah, you're just gonna beat him into the ground and then we'll say okay.
Well, that was a great instigator,
Mhm.
but I won't say that's the only reason.
That the allyship is more like shaking hands, but America is just like gun in the other. Would you do nothing fucking stupid? We're friends
Well,
now.
I learned the
We're
reason.
friends now.
I learned the reason why we've never apologized for bombing Japan is because all the atrocities Japan committed during World War II are like pretty bad in their own right.
True.
Some would say even worse than dropping the bombs. But since Japan has never recognized it, we won't ever recognize that we dropped
It's like
bombs.
the two kids in detention, just getting along.
Yeah, it's just like our enemies of our enemies are our
They're
friends,
just sitting
right?
in detention. You like Pokemon? Yeah, I like Pokemon. Do we just become best
No.
friends?
Fuck this Digimon lover piece of shit. It was the analogy I was. Were you guys not listening for like 2 seconds? Anyways, going back to the topic at hand, we definitely got super far.
Yeah, you
off
took us
track.
way off track.
With the newest season, yeah, I'm sorry. With the newest season of Demon Slayer concluded, they announced the final Demon Slayer arc is going to be broken up into 3 movies. What are you guys' thoughts?
Questions. Are they going to release these movies like with like a month in between each other? With both?
No.
Or are they just going to release these on streaming
I think
platforms?
well, no, they're going to be movies. They're going to release as movies, like kind of like the Mugen Train. So it'll release as a movie and then it'll come to streaming. But I think they said the earliest the release breaks will be is 6 months.
So we'll get
the two,
English dub like
or
once a
between
year.
the 3. Probably.
Once every other year, maybe, hopefully.
Well, no, I'm sure the movie will come out with dub because Demon Slayer is pretty good
Which
at the movies. They come out.
I think
with the
they should be
dubs
able to
when they
release that
the
all
movie.
very quickly between each other. Because when you think about total time for voice acting and animating and stuff, if you break it up, if they're all an hour and a half movies, that's what, 9 episodes?
They just need to work
You tell me
harder.
they can't do. You telling me they can't do 9 episodes in a year and release that all in
There's a dude,
chunks of 3?
the dude that voices Yami, Endeavor. He's there, bro. I was watching Kaiju number 8. He's a prominent character in that as well.
Do you want me to pull
You're
up all
telling-
his
Well,
credentials?
You're telling me
He
this
does
guy-
so
No,
much.
Dude, yeah.
I don't think it's
I think
the
he's Vegeta
voice
too,
acting
right?
that's the reason for the back push. I think it's the animating part.
I don't think
that's
I don't- I don't
the
think
holdup
that's
for
it.
these.
I don't think-
No, I
don't think
I
that's
think
it.
it is for the movie release for sure. I think it's that.
You tell me, My Hero ended their last season like around this time, and then they're already up to date with the animations. Like not even a year later, and then each week
Well-
they have the English dub come out. It's a week later, yeah, but the English dub comes out a week later. There's no excuse.
I think it's because
There's
My
no excuse.
Hero. I think My Hero is just because it's a much bigger like series in both Japan and in America. Like they're gonna sell
What about Black
really
Clover?
really good no
What's
matter
your-
what.
what's your-
One
what's your,
Piece.
No, Black Clover does not sell
One
good
Piece.
in America or in Japan. One Piece, what?
One Piece is
what are you guys?
hundreds of episodes behind. Like, it's more popular in America than My Hero, but yet it doesn't get dubbed at the speed of My Hero. I mean, you can make the case, I guess, for One Piece because there was like 2 years where they just didn't put out dubs, but kept putting out the subbed episodes. But
Yeah.
still,
Well, I think you got to work with everybody's schedules. Dubbing is a lot harder than just voice acting the original, content because you have to match up the way the mouth works and the animation. And so you can't like directly translate stuff from the original language. You have to take it, try and match the mouth movements and make it still be coherent with what it's trying to get across without changing too much. A lot of times you have to change it a lot to
The
match
example I
how the
used-
mouth moves.
The guy that what's his name, Adrian?
actually, because I was gonna say we haven't really have we talked about voice actors before? I feel like we have, but Chris Sabat,
The GOAT.
Sabat, whatever.
The GOAT.
Let's
He's
just
in
go
everything.
over.
He's
Let's
in
just go over
everything.
some of his recent ones.
He's there all the time. He stays in the booth.
Solo Leveling. He was Baek Yoon Ho, the guy with the red spiky hair.
And he's almost like a main
rank
character
hunter.
too.
Final Fantasy 7. He's in Black Clover, obviously, as Yami. Vinland Saga, he's Snake. My Hero, he's All Might.
Oh, I got it wrong. I thought it was Endeavor.
Bunch of other stuff. Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury.
You don't have to say them.
There's no excuse, Chase, is what I'm getting at.
He's obviously
No, that's voice acting.
big
still.
ones.
Voice acting, you spend like maybe 4 hours max voicing all the lines in an episode.
No, I've heard voice actors talk about it. It's a longer process because a lot of them do it at home too, which makes it harder because it's not all done in the first take. So they have to like send these files over, and they always it's always a constant thing with always doing the voice acting where they send back, they're like, do this again like this, and it's like doing the same thing, same lines 3 to 4 times. That's why sometimes it does take longer for dubs, but like.
But look at what the first 3 that he said were all dropped this year.
I know, but that's one person, so that's literally probably like a week's worth of work
It probably takes
that he's
a good 3
that he's doing.
days to get it all fleshed out for an episode for just one show.
I would say.
Because again,
I'd
it's
say,
dealing-
I'd say that's more. No, I'd say
I would. Well, no. When I looked at it, when I looked up like voice acting and stuff, people get paid a lot per hour because it doesn't take a lot of time to voice the lines. You do a couple takes, but that's like you got to think like how often do these people talk per episode?
Yami.
Yeah, they might
All
have
Might.
prominent.
Are we serious?
Okay, Yami.
serious?
Yami is a side character. He's not a main character. He's probably not
Vegeta.
in
How far-
every
how far
did you get?
episode.
How far did you get? Yeah.
In Black Clover, pretty far. I got to the part where Yami is like a prominent role in like a major fight, but.
Okay.
But that's what
okay.
that's what I'm saying though. He wasn't very important in the first couple episodes because he wasn't even a character yet. So he had nothing to do for that part.
Interesting.
But you gotta also think like
That's like saying Yuno's
gotta
not a
also
main
think,
character in Black Clover.
you got to also think that just calculate how much time each episode they're talking. Every episode's 22 minutes on average, right? Let's say Yami talks for 10 minutes, because that's on average probably the max somebody's talking in an episode, especially a character of his role. That's 10 minutes worth. So you got to think maybe that will take a day to voice act all the lines. That's why they're able to hop around so often to other projects, because it is just all at home. They run through the script, send over the files, and then they hop to the next project. And then they get the files back. It's like, hey, can you redo this line? And then they're just doing revisions. So then that's like maybe an hour of their time that day, reworking that line. And then they send it back over.
3 seasons of 3 different shows, doing 3 different voices.
Well, I mean, it's a full
at the same time.
It's a full-time job still. I'm not saying it's not hard and it's not like time consuming, because obviously they make full-time careers of it. I'm just saying that's not the predominant factor of like the whole process of animation. The animation part is probably what takes the longest time, because that's why we have year-long gaps in between seasons, because it takes so long. And then they have to get the voice acting, the original voice acting in Japanese done first, and then they take that, the English voice actors take that and have to rewrite everything because they can't match it up with the mouths.
I mean, I think it is. It's not a big factor, but I think it is a factor, because if you pay attention to a lot of dubbed animes, there isn't truly a big pool of voice actors. When you look at a lot of these voice actors, they play a lot of characters and a lot of major things, because there truly isn't too many voice actors for like English dubbed animes.
I would say there's a lot. There's just not a lot.
No, I mean, there is a lot, but like, I mean, just looking at going with Chris Sabat, like he plays so many major characters in so many shows. Vegeta, Zoro,
because he's good and he's credited. It's still acting. There's a reason why Emma Stone's like in every movie coming out right now. It's because she's a really
I haven't
good
seen her in a
actress.
trailer in a while.
Poor Things. She's got a new movie coming out. We're about to see this weekend. I saw her in another movie that came out a couple years ago. She's in a lot. She's doing shit with Willem Dafoe right now. She's in 2 movies with Willem Dafoe. She's got roles, but there's a reason why she's getting these roles. It's because she's a well-accredited actress. So industries and executives trust her as an actor or an actress, and they want to cast her because they probably know it'll be an easier process than working with somebody who doesn't have as much experience. And
like, what I'm saying is a lot of these voice actors are appearing in like almost all the animes. It's not like they're just appearing in some because they're popular. It's a lot of these people are appearing in the same one so often because
Zoro.
Well, you also gotta think too. You gotta think too that they all run through the same company, right? Crunchyroll, and it used to be Funimation. They all run so they all have connections within Funimation, Crunchyroll, to where they're able to just go, oh, you just did voices for Chainsaw Man? Hey, go over to My Hero and audition for that role. Then they do that, and now they're just interconnected. That's how it was explained to me back before. Like, everybody would do it remote voice acting. Like, they would go into Funimation, the offices, and they would do their voices for the day on multiple different shows.
I don't know, man. I'm looking through Chris
Sora's the main
Sabat's
character.
credits.
You can add that onto his.
I'm going through Chris Sabat's like credits, and there's a lot of animes here that I've just never heard of.
I think we're talking about two different things. I think we're both making the points we want to make, but we're also, for
I
some
heard
reason,
Tanjiro voice actor is a diva. I heard he's like he like charges out the wazoo for even like a signature, like exponentially more than the rest of his voice acting.
You know who's the GOAT of
Chris
voice
Sabat?
acting? No, Bryce fucking Papin.
Who?
Yeah, double check. Double check the name of the goat you're talking about.
Pappington? Bryce
Who?
Pappington?
Pappenbrook?
Oh, Pappenbrook. Look up his creds.
Aaron
real
Yeager.
quick. You're about to get your fucking...
Oh, I know who. I know who you're talking about.
Inosuke.
You literally know his voice when
Meliodas.
you're watching something.
That's how I feel about the Yami guy.
Who else? Lieb in Black Clover.
Who's Sleeve?
I don't know.
Let me look that up.
More like...
I like how
Sleeve.
the guy that voices
right?
Sun Jin Woo in Solo Leveling also voices Zenitsu. That's hilarious to me. They're like totally polar opposites.
Oh, Lieb is the demon that's in Asta's grimoire.
Oh, that's actually nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far.
That's
That
actually
was a
nuts.
spoiler.
Who else? Sword Art Online, Cyberpunk, Gundam, Ranking of Kings. He plays Hokaru. But Chris Sabat's also in that too. Demon Slayer again.
But yeah, they're all
Yeah.
interchangeable because they all work for the same company that makes all the dubs. It's just a pool of people. It's a hard industry to get into if you're new and unexperienced. These people have a ton of experience because they've been in the industries for so long. So they just get kind of tossed around from different projects.
I think it's less of there is a pool like that they could choose from, and more of that like there isn't too many options. There isn't too many new like voice actors. You don't see many new voice actors popping up. Yes, because it's a hard industry, but it's not like they're getting passed over because they're new. It's just there isn't any. There's like one or two new voice actors that'll pop up here and there, but generally it's just the same collective pool that's doing everything.
Yeah, because they are grandfathered in. They have connections in the industry.
It's not connections. It's just they're
to
the
where
only
they're
ones.
like,
It's like who else are you gonna call? There's
no. Are you kidding me? There's so many different like voice acting. Like people talk about it all the time. Like new voice actors who are just now getting roles. They talk about how hard it is to land new roles, and they talk about how you need to know people in the industry to help you get into these major projects.
And that there is almost no new voice actors. It's not like there's like 1,000 voice actors.
They gatekeep it. That's what I'm saying, Adrian. They gatekeep it. They don't want new voice actors in because they're already a pool of established voice actors in these industries. That's what I'm saying. Funimation used to be the one and all American English voice acting company that would have you do all these different anime projects. And then Crunchyroll took it over, and now it's Crunchyroll. But it still kept that same pool of voice actors.
I don't.
And they are also very well established.
I don't think they're gatekeeping.
To where it's like, I don't think the voice actors themselves are gatekeeping. I think it's
the same way.
Well, no, I think it's
the same way if you think with music. It's just there's not any talented new voice actors. It's not. It is hard for talented new voice actors to get into voice acting, but there isn't new talented voice actors really cropping up. Nobody really has voice acting talent like that anymore, really. People all over TikTok will be like, oh, this person should do voice acting. Blah, blah, blah. There's not that many people that exist now that have talent at voice acting, which is why I say there's a small pool that they select from, because these are the only people with talent. You can grab like a Bradley Cooper or you can grab a Chris Pratt, but like that's not talent. That's just a white guy speaking.
That's what I've been saying.
Don't buy my head
You're
off,
saying
Endeavor.
like
I just
you're
flew
saying
in.
like there's this gatekeeping and they're just passing up new people.
I don't think it's all gatekeeping, but I think there is a level to, like, they have their foot in the industry and they understand that these are well-established voice actors who are very talented, that they don't want to risk having an unexperienced voice actor come in to a more or less major role and maybe not get as well of a reaction as, you know, somebody like Bryce would get.
I don't think that's true, because if you look at Alex Lay,
That's what we just said. That's what we
Nezuko!
just said, Adrian.
well, no, because you keep saying like they're passing up these new people because of experience. They're not.
I'm not saying they're passing them up. I'm saying that
just
they
said that.
have an established pool of voice
Because that's
acting.
the only pool. Because there's no new talent cropping up. Because there's no talent. There's people with not
But you just said that there are new
like one or two
you
every
said that there are
year.
new,
That's not
no,
broadening the pool.
that are getting roles that we know about. There are unexperienced voice actors. There are a plethora of unexperienced voice actors getting low-key roles in projects that none of us watch because they are not mainstream enough. But we are seeing the same major roles being taken over by major voice actors because they are the most credited voice actors.
Okay, but when you say that, that comes with the implication that there is a crop of new voice actors that are just getting passed over. There's not. There's just no new voice actors that are cropping up.
No, voice actors are the same as actors. There are, like, we see the same actors in movies all the time. It just takes one project for them to really kickstart their career. Let's think of Matthew McConaughey, for example. He was stuck in those cheesy romance Hallmark movies for years. It took one off-ball project for him to get his major movie status roles. That's the same thing with voice acting. They are stuck in these because they don't have like the projects to back it up. They don't have the portfolio to back up their, like, oh, I want to be the fucking next Tanjiro.
Or
you
Emma
know?
Stone in
Want
the
to be the
next
next Sung Woo.
2 years of movies is what you're saying.
Yeah, they don't have the portfolio, and
I ain't gonna lie.
these
I don't see the hype with Emma
companies.
Stone.
I like Emma Stone. She's good.
She's like
Now,
I don't want
now
to
let's
make a
debate
weird
this.
comparison.
I
I feel
wanna debate
like
this because I'm not a big fan. I don't see the hype.
She plays a lot of like the female comedic relief. From what I've
I think that's
seen
her.
a lot, but that's like been the majority of her roles. That's
That's
her
her
thing,
thing,
yeah.
though.
But it's like
Yeah,
we haven't really seen. I don't know. That's why she's good.
it's just like how Seth Rogen plays as the stoner guy. in
Except
every
for
movie.
Alan the Alien. Next.
He plays the comedic roles of
No.
characters.
I had one.
How Leonardo DiCaprio always plays like a serious main character in
Yeah,
every
but-
movie.
If Emma Stone, I almost said the wrong fucking Emma. There's too many Emmas.
No, come on. Her name's actually Emily Stone.
There's
You
too many
guys hear
No.
about that?
Emma actors.
That's Hot Topic. I don't know. Watch out! Ana de Armas is a 10 times better actress, and we all know it. So,
Oh, I never turn off my TV. Trey just sent me a party invite.
It's funny because it's Elden Ring. We were talking about Elden Ring.
Yeah, I got on right before you guys were saying, "Oh, we can do this right now." I was like, "Shit, okay." But
it's a good.
I forgot
it's
what
a good
I was saying.
backdrop.
Whatever. Anyways,
Yeah, Emma Stone, decent
So
at best. Next question.
okay, Arma de Armas is. Is it Ana?
a little
de
over.
Armas?
She's overrated.
Ana de Armas.
She's
Is
she's
mid.
good. She's a little.
Have
Overrated.
you guys seen Blade Runner?
I have
not.
seen Blade Runner. She's good in that,
Okay.
but she is.
Have you seen War Dogs?
Yeah, and she's good in that too. But she's
A little more than comedic relief.
She's just like a
Okay, hold on.
mid-tier actor.
Comedic relief.
We're only saying female actresses.
Yeah.
I'll say this as a wrestling fan: The Rock, as an actor, overrated.
He's terrible.
He plays the
He's
same
good.
guy.
Sucks.
He's good, but he was good
Yeah.
when he was doing The Rock and The Rundown, The Rock in Walking Tall, The Rock in even the first couple Fast and Furious he's popped in was really good. Now it's just kind of like,
He's a
are
no,
you just
no
The Rock
lose
in every
clause.
movie?
He's a no lose clause.
Like honestly, John Cena, not overrated.
way better actor.
Superb
Way
as an
better.
actor. He can do the strong hero, anti-hero, whatever, peacemaker. He can do comedic like he did in Ricky Stenicki.
That movie was hilarious.
Fucking hilarious. And also Vacation Friends 1 and 2.
I saw the first one, that was funny.
The second one too was hilarious.
I have a hot take.
I was going to
for
say
a disliked actor.
real quick, I was also going to say John Cena also being serious in The Bear now, popping up in the newest season.
Oh, I haven't seen the newest season.
Yeah,
What's
apparently
the
he
newest
pops in
season?
as one of his cousins.
Fuck.
They have enough cousins.
Yeah, what the hell? Hey guys. But hot take. And I think it's more common now. It's not as hot. It's like more of a lukewarm take now. But Chris Pratt, overrated as an actor. He hit his stride in Parks and Rec. After that, he's
You know what?
not been good.
I live for millionaire slander, but I do feel bad sometimes for all of these actors who played long-term roles in Marvel movies, because now it's like it's hard for them to do anything outside of them, because like nobody's really going to look at Robert Downey Jr. as anyone other than Iron Man. Now people keep screaming, "I want Iron Man back, bring back Robert Downey Jr. I want Captain America back, give me back Chris Evans." It's like these people are locked into this public vision as this they are this character, and it's hard for them. At least Chris Evans, he's been doing a lot more outside of Marvel, and he's actually been doing a lot really great in these roles. I'll give him that
Have you
credit.
not seen Tropic Thunder?
Well, I think it's
Robert Downey Jr.?
well, I think it's
That's before Iron Man.
I think it's because some actors they had long-standing careers before the superhero movies. Like Mark Ruffalo, like if he's in another movie, it's like, oh, okay, he played the Hulk, but I mean,
Isn't
he
the
can play
Zodiac
other
Killer?
stuff. I think with Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man was his comeback movie, and he killed it. And then that like projected him back into stardom. So
Sherlock
now
Holmes?
his name is now like it was a good movie,
Sherlock
but
Holmes
it's,
movies were
I don't think
fantastic.
it was at the. They were fantastic, but now like what was the newest movie he was in? Not what was the bomb movie? Heisenberg?
Yeah.
No. Oppenheimer.
Some German name.
Yeah. What was the one that he was in before that? It was fucking stupid.
There's a show called The Sympathizer that actually looks pretty good. I've been meaning to check that out.
That does look good. I was actually, me and Shiloh were looking at that, and we were like, we added it to our list.
You know who's a great actor? Slept on? Bill Hader.
Love me some Bill Hader.
But
Love me some Bill Hader.
Watch Barry.
I still haven't. I need to
Watch-
re-sign up to HBO Max, and I need to watch Barry.
You watch Barry.
It's on YouTube.
I've seen clips. It looks funny. I want to watch it.
You
It looks
watch
good.
Barry because he totally broke the barriers of everything that he was. with Barry. That's a phenomenal show.
I feel like he's in everything, though. He has touched every piece of entertainment for the past, like, 20 years.
But yeah,
South
like,
Park, big,
but
standing
like
in
comedy.
that.
Yeah.
That's comedy. What are we
Barry's
talking
not comedy. Barry's not comedy at
It,
all.
it
Well,
looks
I mean-
like it has unintentional comedy. Like,
Maybe like the first. It draws you in with comedy, but then
Is it like dry
no,
humor?
it's like former war veteran sniper becomes hitman for mob, but he finds out
So
he's
it's
actually
like-
really good at it. Turns serial killer.
So it's like John Wick
No,
in the later movies.
No.
He literally like kills a bunch of people because they
No,
kill his
not like
dog.
that.
that's okay. Justified.
It's justified, but it's
destroy-
kind of like
destroyed
silly
his
as a
car,
premise. It's silly as a
killed
premise.
his
It's silly
wife.
as a premise. It's silly as a premise. It's silly
no,
as a premise.
think
You want to talk about silly premise movies? Footloose.
Yeah, I was
Sure.
gonna say it.
Dancing
Oh,
is banned in the city. We're gonna dance in a barn anyways. And for you new viewers,
All right.
for you new viewers, it's one
I'm
of
gonna
Chase's
say
top favorite movies.
I'm gonna
And
say it
not
for the
Kevin-
last time.
Not the
I'm gonna say it
Kevin
for
Bacon version, guys. The remake. He's never
yeah.
even seen the Kevin Bacon version.
I haven't seen it. I will say this for the last time. That is my favorite guilty pleasure movie. If it's on, I'll watch it. It's a good de-stressful, fun movie.
I love
to watch.
insulting it.
It's not my favorite movie. And obviously, it's not the best movie ever made. I'm not saying it should be fucking give the guy. I don't even know who the fucking main actor is. I can't even think of his name. I can't even think of the love interest's name. But I do know Miles
Teller.
Turner's in it. That's good.
At least pick
Teller,
a good guilty pleasure. Like, you know what my guilty pleasure movie is? I'm not.
Don't
I'm man enough
premise.
to
Don't
made it.
premise. John Wick
Is-
is fantastic.
John Tucker Must Die. That's my guilty pleasure movie.
I will. Okay, I haven't even watched Footloose.
Have you
since
ever
I-
seen John Wick?
Yes.
All of them.
Not all of them, but I watched 1 and 2. I think that's all I've watched.
Barry's not like John Wick.
But you.
Huh?
Think. What was that movie about the fuck American Sniper? Was that Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, that's Bradley
Movie?
Cooper.
Think American Sniper turns into the Hitman series, turns into like the Zodiac Killer, essentially.
Well, the thing is, he's trying to get
So,
out. He was
all
trying to
over
get
the
out
place.
for like 2 movies.
So it's like Sakamoto days.
Mm,
Funny premise.
not really. That's
Silly
Hitman who
premise.
just leaves the life, gets drawn back in.
John Wick.
But the only reason he was drawn back in is because every assassin in the world was trying to kill him.
Oh shit, Sakamoto days.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Silly premise.
Not a silly premise.
premise.
Chase, I'm not going to hear
Silly
silly
premise.
premise from you.
Okay,
Actually,
hold
I
on.
don't think anymore.
We're not gonna sit here and let you say silly premise when you were just like Emma Stone. She's like so good. She's like popping up in every movie now.
I'm gonna
She
go
is.
see her new
And
movie
she's
this
a good
weekend in
actor.
theaters.
But she has a niche, guys. That's what we've been saying.
I'll always see her as Easy A.
Okay. Chris Pratt tried to fucking be serious and actually, I don't know. Would we consider Guardians of the Galaxy?
Chris Pratt
serious
is a
role?
victim of being stuck in a Marvel role that gave him so much success that he could not escape the niche
Except for Mario.
character role of what Chris Pratt does. And now, even though he's being put into many things, it's being forced. Unlike Chris Evans, who got big as Captain America, but like you see him in like the Knives Out movie and stuff. Like he is doing really good, branching out from that golden boy Captain America.
I feel like Knives Out is a movie that you can kind of throw everybody in because the script is so good, but the characters make it even better. And you kind of want some name.
I still haven't seen the
recognition
second
with
one. I
those
feel
movies.
stupid not watching it. The
I haven't
first
seen
one
it
was
either.
really good though.
But yeah, do you guys agree with Leonardo DiCaprio's advice to Timothy Chalamet? No superhero movies. Do you think it's kind of detrimental to?
Well, first off, Leonardo
actors?
DiCaprio.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
should-
mean, obviously
maybe
don't
shouldn't
take
be giving
advice
people
from
advice.
the
Weirdo.
legal groomer out
But
here.
I mean, in acting regards, I mean it makes sense.
Christian Bale, probably one of the more prominent, full-on actors. The dude is a walking theater. He did Batman, but even after that, like he's in.
And he still did a superhero movie
Yeah.
too, and he killed
I
that.
see. I
I think it pertains to, I don't know. I think it pertains to more of like the person's character, because as a developed method actor, like Christian Bale was in, the Equilibrium, fantastic movie, and so many other movies that I can't. I just think of Equilibrium because I love that movie, but I think it's legit about how much substance the actual artist that is portraying these characters has. Like Ben Affleck, he's in a lot of big movies, yeah, but I don't see the hype with him. I really don't.
He's dry.
Yeah.
He's just
he
like
was
super
better
dry.
when he was younger,
Can't.
but
His son is a better actor.
Who's his son?
Who the fuck is
Casey Affleck.
What's he in, Chase?
Let me look this up.
Look up fucking Casey Affleck. Are you serious? He's in one of the most famous movies, like one of the most slept on
You
movies.
said
I can't think of
you said
the name,
famous, and
but-
he said slept on.
But he's in one of the most like popular movies that like came out in like a weird time.
Manchester by the Sea,
won,
Life
like-
of My Life,
Yes, that one. Manchester by the
What
Sea.
is that?
from 8 years ago.
Fucking watch it. Watch it. He won Best Actor.
A depressed uncle is asked
He won,
to take
like-
care of his teenage nephew after the boy's father dies.
Is that it?
And I mean, there's obviously more to the movie, but it's
Do you want me to read
fucking
you the
good.
entire fucking description thing?
No, just watch it.
Maybe.
Just watch it.
I think Robert Pattinson is a tremendously better actor than Ben Affleck.
See, the thing is, because you mentioned like
I'm bringing all the
Christian
Batman
Bale,
in this, and I'm sorry, that's just who I am.
I think with this, in regards of like the superhero thing I was mentioning, it's harder to mention DC things because unlike Marvel, there's been so many different people who have stepped in the shoes of Superman and Batman and the Flash. So it's harder to kind of lock those actors into that role because it's like Christian Bale was an excellent Batman, but he wasn't the only Batman, and Michael Keaton wasn't a bad Batman. Like, you can't really lock a lot of these actors to that role because, like, who hasn't played fucking Batman at this point? Who hasn't played Superman?
Slow your roll, bud. I was with you for a sec, but no.
I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
But even with Superman, who hasn't played Superman? Like, the guy who played Superman in like 2006 in like a Superman movie is the same dude who was
Henry Cavill's Superman, though.
wasn't bad. They just
That was the
he got
greatest
fucked
rendition.
by DC not knowing what they want, and that's another thing. DC,
That's all
because it's DC, you can't really lock these actors into the role. Not only because many people have stepped into the shoes, but like they're not that big, except for Christian Bale's Batmans. Those were big, but like they weren't that big to where it's like you can like when you're like, oh, this actor, you're like immediately like, oh, they were Batman, or oh, Superman, like, you know what I mean? It makes sense in my head. That doesn't make sense to you. Oh well, whatever. To whoever's
Give
listening.
us I'm going to go off on a spiel. Give us a Batman Beyond movie.
Mhm.
Just do it. Michael,
They were working on it. They were in the original DC. universe.
Michael Keaton plays
DCU.
old Bruce Wayne in the Batcave.
He did in
I
the Flash
like the
movie.
theory of like a Dylan O'Brien type as Terry McGinnis. McGinnis?
Isn't I think we already talked about it, but isn't Batman Beyond like a different like ethnicity?
No, his last name is his
I thought
last
he
name
was
legit is like McGinnis or McGillis. I'm pretty sure it's McGinnis.
I thought he was
He's a white dude. His name is Terry.
not Native
His
American.
name is Terry
but
McGinnis. I'm going with McGinnis. It's my final answer. I actually feel bad. I don't remember. Also, I have a little bit of rum in my cup that I've been sipping on here.
Terrence McGinnis is his name.
But he goes by Terry.
Is he any sort of ethnicity besides white?
McGinnis. Irish.
Irish.
Very Irish.
That's an ethnicity, isn't
I'd
it?
like to think so, personally.
The people at St. Patty's Day definitely want it to be.
So kind of weird.
Oh, he's a clone.
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
after
that's
obtaining
right.
a sample of Batman's DNA, a young couple was found that were an almost identical psychological match to Batman's father and mother, Warren
That's
and
right.
Mary McGinnis. During an apparent routine flu inoculation, Warren was administered a nanotech solution that overwrote his reproductive DNA with Batman's. A year later, Terry McGinnis
He's
was born
white.
as a genetic son of Mary and Bruce Wayne. So he's technically Batman's brother, so he's white.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Batman
As soon as you
white.
said this is kind of weird, I'm like, he's a clone.
Yeah.
I thought in the cartoon he was just a little bit more like darker skinned. So I don't know. I thought he was like a different race. Maybe just tan.
No.
Am I remembering it wrong? I thought he was. Okay, no. Mandela effect. I don't know, because every time I thought of Batman Beyond without his mask, he
His suit's
had a
black.
different complexion. I don't know.
It's over his face,
Okay.
too. Yeah.
I know. I get that. We're on the same page on
Joker's
that
white.
front. Yeah,
As snow.
as snow.
HOD is
Oh.
getting hot and heavy. Speaking of snow, Jon Snow making correlation. House of Dragon.
I don't think we got time to talk about that.
I haven't even watched the. Oh, I'm still
We're
at
at
25
almost an
minutes.
hour and a
maybe.
half.
That is true.
Are we? God.
We really are.
Okay. Well, I was hoping one of you guys would stop it. I was good to keep going.
I forgot. I just realized.
I'm technically
I
at
realized
25
yours is
minutes.
slow.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Something Original podcast. I am, well, I shouldn't say my name right now. I don't know. I got all flustered and just went with it.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
You can see us
Shut
on all
up.
streaming platforms. Hear us, see us. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And
Those-
many more. Anytime, anywhere, any place. Anywhere and any place in modern society, different
If
thing.
you got internet connection and a device, you can watch and listen to us.
In the park, but you can look at different apps. Anywhere. There's more to it. There's levels that are inviting in front of us.
Where are you
So
going
we-
with this?
Only $3 a month for a Patreon. And that is, like we always say, strictly donation. We just appreciate you coming through, hanging out with us for a bit. For today, it has been an hour and a half. Almost a special episode, if you will. And I'll give you a kiss for that later. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll pass it off to the co-host that smells like broccoli and cheese.
Okay, Chase, you got anything? Since you smell like broccoli and cheese.
No, I think he was talking about you.
You got anything, Chase?
There's only one person that answers.
Chase, you got anything?
Folks, you can't see this, but Chase has actually left the building.
Since the guy who smells like broccoli and cheese refuses to say anything, that is all we have for today's episode of the Something Original podcast. I'm Tom Brady's left nut.
And I'm Sangria.
And I was, am, and will always be Gannon.
Peace out, guys.